Captain Kirk kissed a what? Oh, hey guys. Just sitting here playing with my Spock Migo action figure. Maybe you were like me as a kid and you thought, I wonder what these figures look like without any dang clothes on. Well, I'm going to show you. Let's take a look. Guys, back again with another video, and boy, I've got one for you today, a part 2 to a video I did about 2 years ago, and you guys seem to really love. They didn't love it. 45 viewers less than normal, but that's okay. I lost 2 subscribers, and in 2 years made a little over $5. That smells like, let's do a part 2. So, sorry Spock, we're going to put you over here because we're going to look at Mego action figures without any clothes. That's right, naked as a jaybird. They're going to be a lot of fun. Now, maybe you get to see how Punch looks without any clothes on. I know you wanted to see that. Maybe you get to see Richie Cunningham. Yep, no clothes. You'll get to see it. Maybe. Well, let's take a look at Mego action figures nude. And we'll start right here with Jackson Smith from Charlie's Angels. I know you're like, I share. No, just one of the Charlie Angels. I know Farrah Fawcett. I know that one. The one I didn't like. Don't like that. You don't like that. If I remember correctly, it was one I didn't like on the show. But there it is, right there. I don't know what's with her hand. What's the deal with that? I'm not really sure. But let's move on to another Mego without any clothes on. Frankenstein. Why did my camera do that? Frankenstein. Yeah, there's no Frankenstein. That's Frankenstein's monster. It's Frankenstein. That's his last name. There you go, right there. Frankenstein. Head looks like a dead body, but the rest don't. Glad to see he's still wearing gloves. And how about Batman? Batman. At least I like to see that his underwear matches his cowl or whatever I heard people call that a cowl, and I was like, why does Batman got a cowl on his head? I can't figure it out. I remember as a kid, somebody told me Batman had a cowl on his head, and it's been stuck on my head ever since. It's like one time, true story, one time my daughter came home from school, she was probably in kindergarten, and we asked her what happened today, and she said somebody came to school dressed up like Abraham Lincoln, and we said, did you learn anything? She said, yeah, we learned that Abraham Lincoln had a pussy on his face. I still to this day don't know what she was talking about, but that's what she said, that Abraham Lincoln had a pussy on his face. I still can't figure that one out. But anyway, look at that little waist. Look at that. How's it like a body and all of a sudden just sucks in right there? Oh, man. You think the Boy Wonder's ever seen him nude? Ever seen Batman? I'm sure he's seen himself nude. Have Boy Wonder ever seen his friend? Let's see. There's Boy Wonder right there. Robin, the Boy Wonder. I know what the boys wonders. Where's my penis? That's what we're all wondering when we see this. It's got a ruler right there. Somebody's getting ready to measure that penis, but they couldn't find it. And then we've got Batgirl. Batgirl. There she is, right. That is a forehead. Don't tell me in the comments that's not a forehead. That's 5 head. That's an old joke. Don't put in the comments. It's not funny. It was funny for 2 days back in 1987. Just move on. But that is a big ass forehead. Look at that. You could advertise on that forehead. That's like a billboard advertise. Look, she ain't got no nipples. A lot of these pictures, you ain't gonna see no nipples. I don't know. Mego was anti-nipple. I don't know. They hated the nipple. You heard people say, free the nip? Nah, they say cut off the nip. They were saying, cut off the nip. Cut off the nip. And we have the lady ape from Planet of the Apes. Zadalia, what was her name? I got it written down right here. Zira. I had a copying machine. There she is. Without any, man, she got some little A-cup titties. No, she got some A-cup titties. That's okay. Some of us, it's okay if you got A-cup titties. There you go. That's some big ass hips though. Them hips don't lie, as they say. Right there. Let's move on to this one right here. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. I got to order a new cord, I guess. There's Cher. Look at that. Ooh. Man, that's you think he's like, oh, that's Sonny Bono. He's got lucky. Look what he goes home with. Yeah, that's what he goes home with. That's what he wakes up to. Look at that. That is Cher rare. Whew, let's move on right here to the Fonz. Hey, man, looks like he didn't make that jump over the shark. Shark took his leg off. But at least he's got some underwear on. But there, if you ever want to see Henry Winkler, If you ever want to see Henry Winkler's Winkler, I guess you can't see the guy nowhere. That joke ain't good. Let's move on. And how about this one right here? Balls off, them nukes. Go get them nukes. You ain't gonna get them without no clothes on. Woo, man. He ain't wearing nothing but a frown. There he is. Right. He's also missing a leg. What was going on in Hazard County? Oh, Fonz and 6 Man. Look at that. That look kind of like me. Kind of like me when I take my clothes off. Let's move on here too. Dusty! Oh, shucks. Don't judge me. It was middle school. I needed some money. What are you doing?
It was the 70s. We all did it back in the 70s.
That's no excuse. And they ended up on the internet.
Junkman.
What's that, Larry?
We did this bit already in the first video.
Oh, well, think of this as more of a reboot than a sequel, I guess. Let's move on. That is just wrong. You don't want to look at your employee without any clothes on. Let's move on to this one right here. Wonder Woman. Remember that show? Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Don't wonder no more. She's got the same body of every other girls we looked at, I think. Look at that Wonder Woman. Why does the head always look so big when you take the clothes off? It's not just Mego figures. I've worn that my whole life. Whenever I've been with a woman, I was like, why does your head look so big when I take your clothes off? Let's move on to this one right here. The Joker. My God, that Joker's pumped, man. That Joker is ripped. I think he got the body of Carrot Top. Man, he has been working out. Look at that. I didn't know, man. Getting me kind of getting chubby just looking at that. I don't know about you. Well, I do know about you getting one too. And check out this right here. Yep, Opie Cunningham from the Happy Days collection right there. That is, again, no nips. Even from the men. Even the men didn't get nips. Look at that. That is. It's kind of disturbing and kind of hot at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Now this is more of a new age one here, but Pennywise. I know a lot of people that kind of, fantasize about making out with Pennywise. I don't know about now. Look at that. He ain't got no Joker body. His body's nice. At least he's all one color. Back in the 70s, they didn't do that. So let's move on here to the Lion from the Wizard of Oz collection. That's just creepy. That's a big... Did they use the same body for Balls Hog as they did the Lion? Larry, pull them up together. Well, I'm no big fat belly expert. Should be, I've got one. But I think that might be. I think the Lion from Wizard of Oz might be Balls Hog. Oh, let's move on here. The Witch from Wizard of Oz. Whew, that is a thing of nightmare.
You did this one already.
What, Larry?
You done this
yeah,
one.
I know. Sometimes we repeat some of them again. Some people didn't see the first one. Oh, look at that thing. That is disturbing. Let's move on right here to the Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz collection. Took me a long time to find this one. This is the best picture I could find of it. And I want to tell you right now, you do not want to Google search nude Scarecrow. Trust me on that. I've learned my lesson. But look at that thing. That is some disturbing mess right there. Who would have thought the Scarecrow looked that ripped without his Scarecrow uniform on? Check this out right here, guys. Farrah Fawcett. Now, that's some bad head if I ever seen it. I know you're like, that don't look like the Farrah Fawcett on my poster. But, hey, at least they gave her some bigger than A titties. She ain't got no A cups. Look at that. They gave her maybe some B cups right there. Got some B cups. She ain't got no VV. She ain't got no VV. She's all smooth down there. It's all smooth. But I guess they couldn't. They did make an Archie Bunker doll that had a penis. Yeah, an Archie Bunker doll with a penis. Well, what Archie Bunker? Let me take that back. It was Joey Stivic. It was the baby. It's from the Archie Bunker All in the Family collection. Remember that? They had a doll that had a penis. I think it'd been cool if they had a neck at Archie. No, not Archie Campbell. That's a joke's going over a lot of people's heads. So let's move on here. How about this right here? Grandpa Walton. Yep. Now that's not a Boss Hog body. I can tell you, no crease right here. But there he goes. Now this ain't nude. You know, that's just Grandpa Walton in his swimming trunks going to the fishing hole. I was like, no, I know, it's the best I could get. I searched and searched for new Waltons, but it took me, I couldn't get it. I couldn't find one. Found John Boy without his shirt on, but I was hoping to find him without his clothes, but there he is with his jeans on, I guess. And then we have Punch from the Chips collection. Punch right there. I know one time in the video I called it Punch. Y'all got all mad at me. Sorry about that. Punch right there. There he is. Got his black gloves on. What's with that head? That's some gray skin right there. What? Look like he's choking on a chicken nugget. Now we're gonna look at one more. That's not from Mego. Maybe it's a preview of non-Mego negative figures. Who knows? We'll see how this video does. See if it does as bad as the other one. Hell, I might make $6 if it does good. But let's look at one more. One more. Let's look at one more. It's from Ideal. No, it's not a Naked Evil Knievel. That would be awesome. But no. You ready? Dave from Alvin and the Chickmunks. Looks like a naked schoolboy. Last thing we want to see on here is a naked schoolboy. So we'll leave it right there. We'll leave it right there with some new Mego and one Ideal. 20 new Mego figures, one Ideal figure right there. Let me know if you like this video. We'll look at more nude action. We don't have to just Mego. We can look at new Star Wars 12-inch figures. Who knows? Let me know in the comments below. And until then, get nude. It's hot out there.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.